Hello, and thank you for watching this week's edition of Ask Ron, where Ron answers each and every one of our gold members' questions as they come up. I've got Ron here with me. How you doing today, Ron?
Getting along, man. I'm sitting here looking at this beautiful weather here in Jacksonville, Florida, and feeling so sorry for all those folks that are up there in blizzards and
Oh, I
can't get out
know.
of the house.
It's what, 70 degrees outside today?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Feel bad saying that.
I don't.
Well, remember, guys, if you have any questions that come up and you are a Gold Club member, just look at the forum tab, and under Ask Ron, you can go in there and ask questions. I've got 4 for you today, Ron, so you let me know whenever you're ready.
Okay, slow week, huh?
Slow week. Perfect. So the first one is from Vasil Ivanov, and kind of starts out with a comment here saying, "We recently learned from the Registered Agents Incorporated about the Corporate Transparency Act, the CTA, and the Beneficial Ownership Information Report that businesses are required to file."
That's right.
My question is, does the Corporate Transparency Act and the Beneficial Ownership Information Report affect our business on Planet Ron? Or is that a matter of taking care of our house and forgetting about what happens in the White House and just keep going on with our business?
No, Lucille, it's just something else that the government put out there to keep tabs on us, but you must comply to it because the fines are pretty stiff. All it means is that the owners of an entity will no longer be secret, but that shouldn't be a problem if you are, in fact, structured correctly, because the reality is it's not about hiding stuff anyway. If somebody's coming after you, they're going to find what you have, and it's to no avail for you to try to hide it in this world where information is so easy to get. So the goal is to make sure that they can't get it even when they know you have it. And that's a whole lesson in itself, which, by the way, is on the Gold Club. I think it's called 4 LLCs. There's a lesson I did on that, and that pretty much explains why it's not about hiding. It's about protecting what you have even when they know you got it.
Perfect. All right. Then the next one we've got up here is from the infamous Angie and Tony Stewart. Do appreciate you guys coming in and asking questions every week. All right. So on last week's Q&A, you asked us for ideas on training. I did a search on the Gold Club, and I did not see a lot about driving for dollars. Could you share your take on doing this and any insights on doing this systematically so that we are not wasting a lot of time and gas?
Guys, it kind of depends on your definition of driving for dollars, because different people have applied different things to it. One definition is you're just riding around looking for ugly houses and taking a picture of them and tracking down the owners and sending them a letter and try to call them if you can get the phone number on them. Another definition is literally knocking on people's doors, and I definitely do not advocate that. That is extremely dangerous. You don't know what's going on behind those doors. So explain to me what you mean by driving for dollars. And frankly, there's a whole lot easier ways to find leads than getting in your car and driving around town looking for houses. If you want to do some driving, why don't you get some door hangers printed up? You've seen them. And put a couple of people in your car and drive to a neighborhood that's a lower end neighborhood, and let them each get out and go their own direction and work the block. And you pick them up at the end of the block or the end of the next 2 blocks or whatever. Let them put up door hangers while you're driving for dollars, because now while you're driving, you can be looking for the ugly houses with the high grass and maybe the signs on them, do not enter or whatever, the ones that are obviously having a problem. And then you can take a picture of those and track down the owners of those houses by doing a little skip tracing, and contact them, because they are prime targets. There's also houses with for sale by owner signs in front of them. They should be called. And then there are houses that are ugly that have realtor signs in front of them. That realtor should be called as well, and add that realtor to the list of realtors that send you these leads every day based on the parameters that you give them. Accomplish all of that. And then if you see people walking around or whatever, maybe you want to go to a few doors yourself, whatever, just ask hey, do you know anybody that has a house for sale in this neighborhood? Because we are actively looking in this neighborhood. We like the neighborhood. Accomplish all of that with one trip. We put out, I think Adel had 4 people in a car, and he put out 1,000 door hangers in 4 hours, which is about as long as you want to work them. And do that. That's going to be way more powerful to you than just driving around looking for the houses without doing anything other than that. And remember, those door hangers sit around for a while. They don't really throw them away. They make nice bookmarks, and then when they're ready, that might trigger them to call you because they have that in their possession. All right.
But Adel got his cardio in that day. 1,000 in 4 hours. That's a lot.
Well, not for 4 kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. All right. Well, next one we've got is from Darlene. And this was a question she asked actually on one of your videos on selling houses through your IRA.
Mm-hmm.
She said, so when do you ever get to spend the money in your IRA? It seems you can only put money in it and not take any out.
Darlene, I don't know where you got that from. You can take money out of your IRA anytime you choose, period. Even if you don't do a house or anything like that, and if you make a contribution in your IRA, and that is traditional or Roth, you can pull it out anytime you want, and you won't get penalized if you take out your contribution. You only get penalized if your IRA makes a profit, and then you pull that out under the age of 59 and a half, I think. And after that, there is no penalty for you to pull it out at all. So your IRA is your money. It's like it's sitting in your bank account. It just comes with a few rules because in a Roth IRA, you don't have to pay taxes on the gain. But don't think it's not your money. It is your money. You can use it anytime you wish. Now, if you're an employee now and your money's in a 401k, that's not necessarily so. But if you had a 401k on a job and you quit the job or whatever, you can force them to transfer it into your Roth IRA. And then if you're going to be active with it, meaning you're going to buy houses with it, then you should probably move it right away over to your, they'll transfer it into your traditional, then you have to transfer it to your Roth, all are part of it. But remember, when you do that transfer, it's a taxable event in that year. So, the year after you don't have a job might be a good time to transfer all of it. It's your money. I don't know where you got the idea you couldn't take it out, because you absolutely can anytime you want.
Perfect. All right. And then last but not least, we have a question from Lloyd. And this was in regards to a couple of those wholesaling testimonials that we did the other day on those houses you and Adel recently did.
Yeah.
He said, how were you able to get the owner to sell it less than half what you sold it for? Why wouldn't they just sell it for that themselves?
Oh, here we go asking why. Why is the worst word in business. Number one, I think I had 5 of those that I had put up on pictures, and all 5 of them were different. Well, 2 of them were probate leads. That means the parents died and the kids inherited the houses in terrible condition, and they didn't know what to do with it. And they told us the price. We didn't tell them the price. I don't know. I didn't do it. Adel did it, but they started with a price, and somewhere around that price, if it's a good one, we agreed with them. One of them was through the MLS, as I recall. And one of them we actually bought on the foreclosure steps. And the other one I think we got from a yellow letter, and I don't remember all 5 of them. But people will sell houses that, remember, they all need rehab. All of them, every one of them need rehab, okay? Not everybody can rehab the house. They can't come up with the money to rehab the house, or they don't have the interest in rehabbing the house. And that's why we always look in the lower end market for these ugly houses. That's where a lot of them reside. The lower end market's where all the money is. But remember, I don't tell anybody what I will pay them until they tell me what they want. If I can't get them to come down, we'll move on. Think about it. I remember one of the first ones we got there, the gal had been dead for 11 years, had a car sitting out there. It was all decayed and worthless. And the house literally had so much junk in it, you couldn't even hardly walk through it. And that's been set there for 11 years like that. And now the kids have it. Okay. It took 2 40-yard dumpsters in 3 days for 2 people to just empty the house. That's how full of much crap that it had in it. So just picture that, and picture you're the kids that inherited this thing. And what are you going to do with it? Okay. So they called, I answered a postcard, I believe we sent to probate owners. So quit asking why. If you have to justify why people do everything they do, it's going to drive you nuts, and you're not ever going to do any real estate, because if you have to know why, good luck with that. I've been at this 42 years and I ain't figured out why some people do it to this date. I quit asking about 41 years ago. I don't care anymore why. I just care what. And believe me, if you're buying a house in these rehab, you're going to get a deeply discounted price on it, period. And the seller knows that before you even make contact with them. So get out there and talk to some folks that have these kind of houses, and you'll see very quickly they're very easy to talk to. And it's all free money to them, and it's all cash.
Perfect. All right. Well, those are all the questions that I have for you, Ron. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about or announce while we've got you?
Well, no, I'm going to Vegas on Monday. We're doing a 4-day boot camp in Vegas. Guys still got time to sign up and get out there. And then I'll be back here in Jacksonville in March, doing the same thing in our office building. And then April, I believe we're doing a virtual, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys, if you really want to learn this business, get in the Quick Start Real Estate School, because till you do, it's all going to be in a cloud. You can't put the pieces together. That's where we put them all together. We go step by step through the entire process of both pretty houses, ugly houses, wholesaling and rehabbing, selling those houses, raising money if I want to actually close on them. And without that, literally, it's like you trying to get out there and get into college and skip high school. You just will never put the pieces together. So make it a point to get in. By the way, we got a half price sale on Quick Start right now. It'd behoove you to get a hold of our office and get the details, because this is the best offer we've ever made in my entire career right now, going on for a short period of time. So check it out. I'll see you next week. Same time, same channel.
Same time. And don't forget, guys, if you do have any questions that come up, go on the forum. It's under Ask Ron, and you can create a channel in there. I'll make sure that I see it and get it over to Ron here.
Okay. And don't forget also, like Tony did, I appreciate it, guys. Let me know what you need to know that you don't find on the Gold Club site. And if it's worthy of me sitting down and doing a lesson on it, I'll be happy to do it. It only takes me 10 minutes to create a 10-minute lesson. It's not a big deal for me.
All right, perfect.
See you next week.
See you next week, Ron. Thank you.